All right, viewers and listeners out there, I must sincerely say I appreciate you all for your comments and periodic messages readily received from you. We start at the 5th chapter of the book on the virtual reading of the Tale of Hexagon City with the author last week, and we continue with the story of King Ilori. What happened next in the reign of King Ilori, we will see, and why we read together here today. King Ilori, in his usual manner, appealed to members of his council to survey the situation and keep his reputation and the promises of change and innovation he had promised while vying for the throne. All his words went to the deaf ears of his royal council, as many of them were determined to enrich themselves and be in control of the city. Lies and half-truths were stories they used to give the king on their return from any city mission. The king never knew that these people were carrying out their ideas and plans contrary to his directives. Because of old age and his deteriorating health, the king could not go out for most outdoor functions as before. However, he struggled to ensure to keep promises of fairness, equity, justice, and peace in his reign as a king to the best of his ability. The king, being a reputable man in the society and a man who had friends in other cities, both far and near, had to appeal to his friends in other cities to lend him some money so that he could run his kingdom successfully. The king deposited the borrowed money into Scalar Bank in the city for appropriate disbursement. When King Ilori saw that the economy in his kingdom was going down the drain, he invited Ajayi, who was an indige of Hexagon City, based in another city in the real world, to come to his aid and work in his kingdom as a royal council member in charge of the economy. Ajayi came down to Hexagon City to work with the king, and our work began to yield results in the economy. There came a certain group of people called vectors who came to frustrate the woman and brought out different accusations against her. She told the king that she had not wanted to come to Hexagon, but on the king's persuasion, she decided to join the kingdom for a positive change. In the light of this, Ajayi had to return to her family in La Grande City, where she had come from because of the baseless accusations. Meanwhile, during Ajayi's work in King Ilori's kingdom, some monies that had been stolen and taken to other cities by Kings Abubakar and Olademo were recovered by King Ilori and deposited in Scalar Bank. However, his royal council members mismanaged the monies. Hexagon citizens protested that they wanted to know what the resources had been used for, but those who led the protests were arrested by the palace guards. King Ilori, having spent all the stolen money he recovered from the city previously by some kings, demanded that the city resources be accounted for by members of his royal council, as he was ready to give an account of his stewardship to the city. As King Ilori was preparing to end his reign, in the 3rd year of his reign, he requested that Ekwagori be allowed to come back to Hexagon City, the city he fled to when King Abubakar had arrested and killed community leaders. This decision pleased the city, as the king cancelled the crime King Abubakar had written in the royal courtyard book against Ekagore. However, because of old age, Ekagore, who returned to the city, could no longer participate in community activities till his death. King Ilori also decided to honor late Ayeni, a versatile community leader who died in the palace jail after being arrested alongside Shidume by King Olademo for the correct advice to him to rule in fairness, equity, and justice. King Ilori ordered that July 9 each year should be declared a holiday in the city to commemorate the death of Ayeni. The chief priest went one day to see the king to remind him that his days on the throne were numbered and would soon come to an end, and the need for him to prepare to leave the throne for a new king to succeed him. This chief priest later called on leaders from royal families in Hexagon City and pleaded with them to do the needful as usual for a new king to be enthroned, since King Ilori's reign will soon come to an end by the city rules. We will stop here today and we'll continue from the next chapter when we meet. I must sincerely say once again that I appreciate you for joining me and for reading the for taking part in the virtual reading of the Tale of Hexagon City with me. For those who have been asking or sending messages on how to get copy, we have hard copies for those in the neighborhood, but for e-copies, you can also follow this clip.
To get e-copy of the book, click on the link sent to you. Then you will be redirected. Follow the prompts in order. Then you will see the value of 1,000 naira. Click on it. Follow the prompts readily to make necessary payments. Once payment is made, you will receive that your payment is successful. Go back to your email. In your inbox, you will receive a mail from creator. Download and you see the book.
Thank you for joining us, and we quite appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you. See you, and we meet next time on the Tale of